What's up, Nomads? Welcome to another episode of Nomad Hacks, the series that supports your personal and professional growth with locational independence. I'm here with my main girl, Zoe.
Hi.
What's up, Zoe?
Not much. How's it going?
Good. And we're ready to tackle another episode to help you all grow personally, professionally as a nomad. So, Zoe, one of the things that we were talking about this week was time management, calendar management. And I know that you have some personal experience with your own calendar and like challenges that you face. Maybe you want to share what your hack is today with the folks that are watching.
Totally. I think that especially while you're on the road, you have much less of a routine. Like, you don't know where you're going to work from. Sometimes you don't even know where you're going to sleep that night. So just having a good calendar and grasp of what each day is looking like will really help.
Awesome. So for those of you who don't know where you're going to sleep, should they put a bed in their calendar?
No.
Okay.
No, but I just mean in terms of knowing where you're planning to be each and every day can help you organize so that you can know where you're going to sleep before the day comes.
Absolutely. Me personally, I'm a big fan of structure, and I know that when I travel, like, I need to have my calendar set so that I'm being efficient with my days and I know what I'm doing. Not necessarily every single moment, but have like general things that I know that I need to get done each day. So maybe Zoe, you can share some of your hacks with your calendar that you use.
Yeah, totally. So I am a little bit more regimented in terms of organizing my day. So I know when I'm working out, when I'm going to call my mom back home, when I'm working to make money versus working to do the stuff that I love. And what really helps me is color coding what each and every item is. And part of that is I actually spend some time budgeting where I want my time to go. So whether that's specifically making money or if that's toward creative work, both of those categories have different colors. Okay. And at the end of the week, I can see where my time is going.
Awesome. So can you tell me all the colors? Do you know all the colors? Okay.
Yeah, sure. So like creative work is deep green. Making money work is red. I also have like general health time, so like sleeping and eating, so that's blue. Those are just a couple examples.
Okay. And is there any method to the madness of picking the colors? Because it seems like the money one would be green, right?
Well, I actually majored in recreation, parks, and tourism.
Okay.
So I'm all about nature, and so the stuff that I love is going to be the stuff that's in green, the stuff that like makes me feel good. The stuff that's red is because it's something that I need to like do urgently right now to like sustain myself to live. And then the blue is like my down chill time. So like when I'm calm and cool. So like sleeping and enjoying my
Gotcha. So why do you think that works for you?
So I think going into this lifestyle in general, the reason why it was important to me was I wanted to live every day intentionally. Like I was kind of driving myself into a rut back in San Francisco, and part of it was I was just going with the motions, like going with my routine and not really paying attention to where my time went. And so color coding it based on what's important to me and my values and the categories that I want to invest my time in really helps me see and paint the picture and feel more fulfilled while it's happening too.
Awesome. So I think like living intentionally is obviously a big thing, right? And if it's not in the calendar, it doesn't happen, is something that I often hear. Is that the case for you?
Yeah, 100%. And I think...
So you won't sleep if it's not on your calendar?
Well, I mean, I'll probably sleep in later or something.
Gotcha. But
especially with like maintaining relationships back home, that's one example. Okay. There are so many times when I have friends or family that are like, I need to catch up and hear your stories and all this stuff. And I'm like, cool, and we'll do that some other time. But if we never get on the calendar, we don't remember to do it. Whether you're on the road as a nomad or you're back home, that probably happens a lot too.
Yeah.
Like you'll probably pass by friends from high school or college and they're like, it'd be great to grab a coffee, and how many people do you actually do that with? So I think just making sure that it's on the calendar, especially because we're on the road, really helps.
I think that's a great point, is that a lot of the times we think that we shouldn't structure in some of those things, like family time or catching up with friends or whatever it is. But Zoe brings up a great point, because if it's often some time in the future, it's no time, right? It has to actually be in the calendar or in the schedule. And I'll go on dates sometimes and send like a date, like a calendar invite, and they just like are kind of weirded out at first, but then I'm like, this is how I work. So I know that it can be really effective for me as well. Zoe, maybe you can share what's your travel experience? Like, how long have you been traveling, and maybe that would give people an insight to how long you've been developing this system for yourself.
Sure. So I've been on the road a couple of months short of 2 years, and I've been working remotely for a year and a half while doing that too. And I think also the fact that I have responsibilities to maintain makes it really important for me to make sure like where all my time is going.
Awesome. And for those of you out there who are nomads, who are working a typical job on the road, where you have to sustain yourself with an income, it's so important that you set yourself up with structure that you can be successful, and that involves intention in every single day. So I think Zoe's points are incredibly important. Any last words from you, Zoe, about like time management, calendar management, things that you think everyone should know?
Oh, well, in terms of doing things that lead up to accomplishing goals, I think it's always good to reevaluate too. And so I spend like 5 minutes every week to address like what my next week is looking like, and if it is something that lends to my goals. It's also something that's important to do in finance too, so maybe that's why like my brain thinks this way. But your goals are always changing, so you gotta align with what you're intending to do. And I think that'll also help other people if they feel like they're in a rut or unfulfilled too, to like touch base with your mind and your heart and see what you're looking to do.
Awesome. Well, Zoe is one of my colleagues at Remote Year. We're here in Mexico City on the rooftop of Publico co-working space. If you guys want to know more about Remote Year, feel free to hit Zoe up or myself. And that's pretty much it. Align yourself to what you want in your life, and it takes structure, it takes a calendar. Color code that, some bitch. Make it happen. Can I say that on my own show? Yeah, I can say that. Well, that's it for this week, Nomads. Until next time, keep wandering. You're not lost.